Que hora es, my friends? One more is workout time! That's what time it is. Let's go. Happy early evening. What's going on, guys? All right. So today is HIIT cardio in a non-stop fashion, right? So we're not going to have any breaks in between the 5 rounds today. First time we're ever trying this with a HIIT day. It's going to be very cardiovascularly rigorous, right? But we're just going to try to really get that heart rate up, burn a lot of calories. If you feel lightheaded or you need to take a break for a second anytime throughout, please do that. Be smart, and I don't want anyone passing out in the middle of this, but the moves are all cardio based, so they're not as rigorous in the sense of pure explosiveness, all right? So again, it's a pure cardio day, so I think it is feasible. And it's all ladder stuff. So it's all our imaginary footwork ladder, and there's a lot of new moves in there. And so it's going to be fun, right? At the end, we're going to talk about type 1 diabetes. So if you want to hear some cool stuff about type 1 diabetes mellitus, we're going to talk about that today. And then we'll talk about more of it tomorrow. All right? But let's get through the moves and get ready to go. First up is cross feet skip. So you're going to cross the feet. When we say skip in these, we mean you're skipping a square in our imaginary ladder, right? So when we do cross feet skip, it's cross feet, skip, 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 and so on. Cross feet skip. Then we're going to do cross feet scissor. So we're going to cross the feet. So we're going to start in a scissored stance for this, okay? This foot's slightly in front of the other, so that when we cross, that foot's in front, okay? Good. It's important for the next one. So cross feet, scissor, a 3 count. Again, cross feet, 1, 2, 3. Cross feet, 1, 2, 3. Because we want the other foot to end in front. So the next one we're going to do, next 15 seconds, is the cross feet, 1, 2, 3, hop. Cross feet, 1, 2, 3, hop. Cross feet, and scissor, and hop. Cross feet scissor with a skip. Tight front back skips. We know we've done these, tight front back. We may have just called them front backs, but you go 1, 2, skip 1, skip 1. Then we'll do it with wide feet. So 1, 2, skip 1. All right. And those will be our next one. Wide foot, front back, skips. Tight hand foot climbs. These are fun. I like this. All right. Think of me, you're in like a schoolyard with this. So you're going to have your hands here and your feet come out. Then you go back. Like that. All right. Tight hand, feet crawls. Next one, 2 foot, out, in, out, hop. Just what it sounds like. I try to, some of the names are a little long, right? But I try to make them very explanatory of what we're doing. Unless there's a cool, fun name for it that could also just be there. But in this case, it's just to explain what we're doing. So 2 foot. You're gonna start outside the ladder. You're gonna hop in, out, and then hop forward. In, out, hop forward. In, out, hop forward. Just like that. 2 foot, out, in, out, hop. Then we got 2 foot, in, FBF outs. It says on the menu if you saw. FBF, front, back, front. A lot of words, so I just abbreviated it. So you're starting out. 2 feet hop in, you go front, back, front, so you're ending up a square from where you were. Then you go out. In, front, back, front, out. Front, back, front, out. In, front, back, front, out, in. And that's 2 foot in, front, back, front, out. Tight, wide scissor. Similar to the cross feet, a little bit different. Your feet are equal in this one. Remember, with the cross, we started with 1 in front. So, tight, wide, 1, 2. done on the outside. But here, we're gonna go tight, wide, tight, scissor, tight, wide, scissor. So the scissor happens when we're tight this time, all right? So really, should we call it wide, tight scissor to be fully explanatory? Then we'll do it with a scissor skip. So you're here, tight, wide, tight, scissor, skip, skip, skip. All right, tight, wide, scissor plus scissored skip. And the last 6 we've done before. So all those first 10, for the most part, were new, at least 9 of them. In, and out, right? So you start out, in, out. In, out, in, out, in, out, in, out. Like that, right? In and outs. Lateral scissors. Facing to the side. Scissor in front. And then back. And then we'll do a face on the other side. The next one is high knee laterals. Same concept of facing the side, but the knees come up high. Right? And we'll pause at the end and go back. And we'll do a face in the other way. Last but not least, 1, 2, front, back. So 1, 2, 1, 2. So progressing forward, front to back, and then front. All right, baby, let's go. What up, Bertha Flores, Gezzy's Adventures in the Wild, living long name Michael Buchanan. How you guys doing? Thanks for tuning in. All right, if you want to hear something about type 1 diabetes mellitus that's coming at the end today, you got 60 seconds and we'll get 50 seconds. Cross feet skip to start. We're going straight through today, baby. Cross feet skip. All cardio. Going back. Cross feet scissor. Cross feet, scissor hop. 1, 2, 3, go. Cross feet. 1, 2, 3, go. Give me your tight wide. Hop. Just front back skip. And back. Now with the wide feet. Going back. Tight wide. Scissor. Get back to center. Tight wide, scissor, skip. 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 Hand foot. ha, ha, ha. Going back. Out, in, ha. Now you go in. Front, back, front, out. Front, back, front, out. Going back. Keep going. In and out, come. Scissors facing to the side. Your calves will get roasted today. 20 minutes straight. No rest today. All cardio. High knee lateral. Pause. Back. Other side. Straight into it. Smooth transition. One, two, front, back. Going back. Second round. Cross feet. Skip. 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 Cross feet. One starts in front. 1, 2, 3. Cross feet. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 3. Same thing with a skip. 1, 2, skip. 1, 2, 3, skip. 1, and skip. And tight front back. Back pedal. Wide. Same thing. Wide front, back, skip. 2 foot stop. Up, in, out, up. Now 2 feet come in. Front, back, front, out. Hand crawl. Precious. Gotta have fun. Tight wide, scissor. Now with the hop, skip. In and out. Going back. Scissors, face to the side, going back. a high knee. Facing that same side. Other way. From back. Going back. Lead with the other foot. Cross feet. Skip. Yeah. 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 Going back. Cross feet, scissor, cross feet, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. So the other foot ends in front. Now with the skip. Cross feet, 2, 3, skip. 1, 2, skip. Yeah. Yeah. Tight. Front back, skip, 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 skip. Going back, skip. Yeah. Yeah. Wide. Same thing. Wide stance. Going back. Yeah. 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 Hand crawl. Two-foot stop. Out, up, 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 up. Now you go in, up, front, up, out. Going back. In, up front, up out. Up front, up out. Tight wide scissor. The scissor skip. 1, 2, skip. 1, 2, skip. In and out. Going back. Lateral scissor. Other way. Your heart rate should be up now. You're almost done with the third circuit. High knees. You get out of this what you want, what you put in. Like every day, but especially today. It's all cardio. Front backs. Cross feet. Skip. Third round is done. Yeah, going back. Cross feet. 2, 3. 1, 2, 3 on the scissor. Same thing with the hop. Front back, tight, tight. Going back. Wide foot. Straight into it. Going back. And crawl. Come here, my pretty. Straight out of a horror movie. Tight wad, scissor. With a skip. Tight wide, scissor, skip. In and out. Other way. Lateral scissor. On your toes. Other way. You should be sweating good. Keep going. High knee. Other way. Front backs. Going back. Cross feet, skip. Last circuit. Let's go. Going back. Cross feet, 1, 2, 3. Cross feet on the scissor. Same thing. Hop. 1, 2, hop. 2, hop. 1, 2, 3, hop. 1, 2, 3, hop. Tight front back. Skip. Wide, straight into it. Front back, skip a box. Skip a box. Hands. Good foot. Up and out. Up and out. Up and out. Up and out. And out. Up. Yeah. In, front, back up. scissor. Yeah. Plus skip. 1, 2, skip. 1, 2, skip. 1, 2, skip. In and out. Still out of scissor. Almost there, guys. Other way. Keep going. High knees. Quick. Other way. Go back, 1, 2. Go back. In and out. Again. Is your heart rate up? Yeah, it's up, man. It's up. We're sweating. Good. Let's do 25 burpees to finish this off, huh? What do you say? What do you say? I hope you say yes. Good job. You're so close. Ready? 1. Five more. One for good luck. One second. Oh my God. Now we're done. All right. Sorry. Type 1 diabetes mellitus, aka juvenile diabetes, insulin dependent diabetes. Other names, but nowadays most commonly referred to as just type 1 diabetes mellitus. It's a type 4 hypersensitivity, meaning cell-mediated immunity. It's related to, we'll talk about what that means.
as it goes on. I'm sorry, I'm so tired. Oh my gosh, guys, great job. Way to get through it. What up, Nadia? What up, Roxy, Chloe? Fatty Frost. Junior, thanks for tuning in, guys. So, let's get a couple things sorted out, and then we'll get into the exact discussion of type 1 diabetes. But it's important to understand where we're coming from, why everything is what it is, right? So we can fully understand it. And so, you guys know what leukocytes are. They're white blood cells, we all know that. And they're involved helping the body combat disease, right? Right? And they're pro-inflammatory things when it's necessary, right? And that immune response. And what are some examples? I don't know, monocytes, macrophages, granulocytes, eosinophils, basophils, neutrophils, and lymphocytes, to name a few. There's a bunch, but what's up? What's up, Alexa? Yeah, how you doing, girl? But today we're going to be focusing on lymphocytes because that's what type 1 diabetes mellitus is related to. T lymphocytes. And let's talk about antigens. What are antigens? Antigens are substances that cause the body to produce antibodies as an immune response, right? And these antibodies are produced, and then they're gonna, they're produced in response to, say pathogens, right? Things that produce disease in the body. And these antigens are produced in response to substances in general, such as, when we talk about pathogens, you think of viruses and bacteria, but they could be produced in response to allergies or other chemicals, pollen, things we're allergic to, or other chemicals, for example, right? And so what happens is when these antibodies are produced, they bind to antigens on the surface of these pathogens, and then they have their immune system effect, whether it's to recruit other cells to help degrade them, or go inside of them and make them burst. A bunch of ways this can happen, right? Directly killing themselves. But that's another day when we talk purely about immunity. This is just to get down really what antigens are, right? And so, when we talk about self-tolerance, we're saying how when we have a foreign pathogen and we produce these antibodies and they bind to the surface to have it degraded or destroyed in some way. That does not go for self cells. And so what happens is when they normally, for example, will try to destroy a pathogen, right? That T lymphocyte will get there and he'll say, hey, this guy's foreign, all right? Our antibody bound to him and now it's telling us, look, he recruited me and now he's going to recruit other immune cells to come as a squad, get all the boys together and destroy this guy, right? They squad up and they destroy it. That's fun, right? That's any way to remember it. And so this does not happen when cells are recognized as self, because the body doesn't want to obviously do it to themselves. And there would have to be some sort of hypersensitivity issue, an immune response issue, an autoimmune issue, if things like this are happening, right? And we talked about autoimmune stuff and the destruction of parietal cells in the stomach that produce intrinsic factor and contribute to B12 deficiency and that's another way, right? But today, when we talk about type 1 diabetes, what happens is our body loses this sense of self-tolerance. It can't distinguish between self and foreign, but it only loses this self-tolerance in respect to beta cells in the islets of Langerhans of the pancreas, which are responsible for our production of, remember, insulin. And that's what this all comes back to, right? Because we need that insulin in order to uptake sugar from the blood to the tissues to either be degraded for energy or to take it to the liver or adipose tissue to be stored if we have enough energy and we don't need anymore, right? And so when we don't have this insulin, what happens? We build up all this sugar and crud in the blood. What's up, Baze? What up, Sue Dickinson? How you doing? Thanks for tuning in. And when we don't, we get what's called crud in the blood with diabetes, right? And so that's the downstream thing, and we're going to talk about more tomorrow when we talk about type 1 diabetes. We're getting the basis down now today in immunity and genetic predispositions. So why don't we have this self-tolerance in type 1 diabetes? Well, we have an issue in our human leukocyte antigen encoding genes, specifically HLA-DR3 and HLA-DR4 on chromosome 6 is what it is. That's what it is. And so not everybody with these genetic abnormalities develops diabetes. So it doesn't mean that just because you have them, you're going to have type 1 diabetes, but you are very much so predisposed to developing it if you do have them, right? And so what are these human leukocyte antigens responsible for? We talked about what leukocyte and antigens are just now, right? And that's why we gave the premise. We always do it before we talk about it, so we know what we're talking about. And they're responsible for the production of MHC complex proteins. And these major histocompatibility complex proteins are responsible, among other things, for designating foreign from self antigens, right? And so, if they're responsible for designating foreign from self, and we have issues in their production, we don't have that in type 1 diabetes. And it's specific to the beta cells in the islets of Langerhans and the pancreas. Remember, they make up about 70% of the cells in the islets of Langerhans in the inside, middle portion. And remember, around the periphery are those alpha cells that produce glucagon, the opposite of insulin. We talked about that the other day, just to remember where we're going back to here, right? It's all connected, all of our conversations. And so now the body can't distinguish foreign from self with these, and our T lymphocytes come into the game and they say, hey, we're going to recognize these as foreign and recruit other immune cells to destroy them, and the beta cells get destroyed that produce our insulin, and then we end up producing little or no insulin if they're all or most of them are destroyed. And now this happens early in life, probably an indicator as to why it's called juvenile diabetes, right? And this happens early in life, and up to 90%, very interesting, up to 90% of your beta cells can be destroyed before you have any symptoms. You can be asymptomatic for a very long time with type 1 diabetes, and so you don't even know, right? You don't even know. And that was a wild thing that I thought. And again, it starts early in life, and we'll talk about more the symptoms and everything that follows, what to do if you have it, right? Treatment and the more clinical aspects and the more big picture stuff tomorrow. But I didn't want to hit you with too much at once. We got our basis for type 1 diabetes, what's happening in the immune system, why it happens, genetically where, chromosome 6, HLA, DR3, DR4. Now we know, we got our premises. And tomorrow we'll get into the meat and potatoes about type 1 diabetes and everything that's going on after the point we left off today. Thank you very much. What up, Joey Ferocious? Have a great night. We'll see you tomorrow. Thank you.